Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized his government's relentless stance against corruption, stating it's now challenging to conceal black money, whether digitally or in cash piles. Speaking at the News 18 Rising Bharat Summit, he reiterated his administration's commitment to combat corruption. He criticized the previous UPA government, asserting India's loss of credibility due to rampant scams. Modi highlighted a shift where corrupt leaders face scrutiny, marking a transformation in the past decade. Today's next news is, India's centre informs the Supreme Court that blanket acceptance of Rohingya refugees, especially those entering illegally, poses national security risks. The centre states India isn't a signatory to refugee conventions and determining refugee status is a policy decision. Responding to a petition on Rohingya detention, the centre argues against granting them residency rights, citing Article 19's limitations to citizens, not foreigners. Today's next news is, renowned spiritual leader Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev underwent emergency brain surgery at a private hospital in New Delhi on March 17. The surgery aimed to address bleeding in the skull, with Sadhguru showing positive signs of recovery post-surgery. Despite experiencing severe headaches for weeks, he continued his daily activities until consulting a neurologist on March 15, leading to the diagnosis and subsequent urgent surgical intervention. Today's next news is, India has denounced the model proposed by the Uniting for Consensus Group for the United Nations Security Council, which opposes the addition of new permanent members. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Ruchira Kamboj, emphasized the need for a UN 2.0 inches to address contemporary global challenges. Kamboj questioned the Uniting for Consensus model's representation of Africa and the Global South, advocating for expansion in both permanent and non-permanent categories. Today's next news is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi engaged in a telephonic discussion with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, focusing on enhancing the India-Ukraine partnership. Modi reiterated India's support for a peaceful resolution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Zelensky appreciated India's humanitarian aid and both leaders agreed to maintain communication. This conversation follows Modi's recent congratulatory call to Russian President Vladimir Putin on his re-election. Today's next news is, the National Medical Commission has advanced the NEET PG 2024 exam date to June 23, from its previous schedule of July 7. This decision was made during a meeting involving key medical education bodies. Despite the date change, the eligibility cutoff remains August 15, with results expected by July 15, ensuring timely processing of admissions for medical postgraduate programs. Today's next news is, according to a study by the World Inequality Lab, India's top 1% now holds 22.6% of income and 40.1% of wealth, surpassing even developed nations like the US. Titled, Billionaire Raj, the report notes that income and wealth gaps have skyrocketed since the early 2000s, making India more unequal than during the British Raj. The study also highlights concerns over the regressive nature of India's taxation system. Today's next news is, Union Home Minister Amit Shah affirmed on March 20 that the Citizenship Amendment Act aims to grant citizenship, not revoke it, dismissing opposition claims of misinformation. Speaking at the News 18 Rising Bharat Summit, Shah assured that Muslims in India need not worry about Citizenship Amendment Act. The act, which provides citizenship to non-Muslim migrants from neighboring countries facing religious persecution, was notified by the government on March 12. Today's next news is, the Bombay High Court handed a life sentence to ex-policeman Pradeep Sharma and upheld a conviction of 13 others for the 2006 fake encounter of Ramnarayan Gupta. Justices Revati Mohite Dear and Gauri Godse affirmed that police officers unlawfully killed Gupta to resemble a genuine encounter. The judgment emphasized that law enforcers must not act as criminals in uniform to prevent chaos and uphold justice. Today's next news is, senior officials familiar with the matter disclosed that India's inquiry into US claims of an attempted murder of a Sikh leader in New York found involvement of rogue operatives not authorized by the government. At least one individual linked to the alleged plot, no longer associated with India's main spy agency, faces no criminal action. New Delhi has briefed US authorities on the investigation's findings, following repeated demands for criminal prosecution. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the notification bell to stay updated. Your support means the world to us. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. See you in the next video.